with the comments, otherwise not like mandatory. If required, it can provide with the comments, otherwise not like mandatory. It's totally depends on that particular project here. So the one you are providing name of the test plan and then giving with comments. This name need to be reflected. To get reflect, just you have to take right click. Once you done the right click, so you got that particular name. So whatever the name you got provided, whatever the name you got provided, you will be able to see that it has been reflected. This is what you are taking with considering that the test plan. You are not making any major activities, just you are taking care about providing name of that particular test plan here. Okay. Consider that test plan has been created. Once test plan is created, under test plan, what you have to create? Under test plan, what you have to create? Which you will be taking with thread group. Under test plan, you need to be get take care about. Under test plan, you need to be get take care about in creating with thread group. See the steps to be followed. See the steps to be followed. Taking with file. Taking with file from the file. Sorry. Taking with right click on test plan. You have to take care about right click on test plan. Once you done right click, once you done right click, you will be using add. From the add, what is option you got? Threads from the thread group. So you got taking with test plan. You got taking with test plan. Under the test plan, you will be taking with add. Under the test plan, you will be taking with add. Under the add, you are taking with thread. From there, you will be taking with thread group here. Okay. So now I can see here which you will be taking with, which you will be taking with thread group. Just click on that thread group. Once I got taking with the thread group, once you are taking with the thread group, you need to be get provide. Once you are taking with thread group, you need to be get provide that particular name of thread group. Based on your comfortable, you can provide any of the thing that you will be taking with name and then taking with the required comments. You need to be get provide that particular name and then taking with the required comments here. Okay. After that, see the required options. What it is mentioned? Action to be taken after sample error. I mean, assume that your load testing has been doing or stress testing, any testing related to performance, any testing related to the performance, any testing related to the performance you are doing, you need to be get having different settings will be there. So as part of performance testing, you need to be get take care about. As part of performance testing, you need to be get take care about in performing different type of the steps here. Let's see here. What is the first option? What is the first option? Continue. I mean, in case of error also, we are saying that continued that particular execution. In case of error also need to be get continued that particular respective execution. After that, what is the next one? Start next thread loop. We are having the option in providing different type of loops also. We have an option in providing different type of loops also. So in case of executing, if it is got fail, it has to continue with the next loop here. So what exactly the next loop is there? It's need to be get continued with that particular next loop here. After that, what is the next one? Taking with stop thread. So thread is nothing but that particular user. Which user it got an error? Which user it got an error? It's need to be get stop with that particular thread. Which user got an error? Need to be get stop that particular thread. Okay. After that, what is the next one? Taking with stop test. It's need to be get totally stop that particular test. In case of error, it's need to be get totally stop that particular test that will be taking with stop test. After that, what is the next one? Taking with stop test now. What exactly the current process, current thread it was executing, it's need to be get stopped, that particular one. Just in case of any error, in case of any error, how exactly the next step need to be get continue providing the required steps here. In that, the one we got mentioned, taking with continue, it's need to be get continued with next step, and then taking with start next thread loop need to be get go with, it's need to be get go with, in taking with the next loop need to be get continue. After that, it will be taking with considering that stop thread, which you will be taking with stop thread. So what exactly that particular user, at what particular user it got an error, it's need to be get stop that particular thread, and then taking with, and then taking with stop test need to be get stop that particular test here. So after that, it has to take care about, it has to take care about stop test now. It's need to be get take care about stop test now. So in that particular current thread need to be stopped. So for now, we are using the option. What is option? What is it? Continue. We are just using with the option need to be get continued that particular execution. In case of error also need to be get continued that particular execution. We need to be get provide thread properties. Consider that one particular thread is equal to one user. One particular thread is equal to one particular user here. Right. Consider that one particular thread is equal to one user. Because of that, it is clearly mentioned. What it is mentioned? Number of threads. Within a brackets, what we got? What we got? Users. So one thread is equal to one user. One thread is equal to one user. With how many users you want to do the performance testing, that many users you can provide on it. You can go with 10 users, 100 users, 1 lakh users, 10 lakh users according to your requirement. According to your requirement, according to your requirement, you can go with in taking with considering that thousands of users or whatever it can be as part of the requirement, as part of the requirement, we can go with in having with the more number of users. For now, just understanding, I mentioned with 10. So the one you are taking with, the one you are mentioning that number of threads, considering that number of users. This is what we are saying virtual users. Real users taking that many people doing the testing, not like possible. Assume that you want to test the application with 100 members. So having 100 members doing the testing at a time, not possible. That is what you are taking with. That is what you are taking with virtual users. That is what you are taking with virtual users. That you will be taking with 10. So that I'm just provided, just I got provided considering that 10 users. Okay. After that, I'm taking with, which I will be taking with ramp up period. The meaning of ramp up period is what is the users we provided? 10 users. Is that 10 users need to access same time? 10 users at the same time need to access, or do we need to have delay? Do we need to have delay between one user to another user? Do we need to have delay between one user to another user? This particular, considering the ramp up period, considering the delay between users, delay between user, is it 10 users? 10 users need to be get access at the same time. 10 users need to be get access at the same time, or need to be get go with having the delay between one user to another user. That you will be taking with the option of ramp up period. For now, I'm just taking with 1. After that, what is the next option? What is the next option? Loop count. What is the number of users we provided? Number of users 10. That 10 users, is that need to be tested only one time or need to go with multiple times? Is that particular loop need to be continued? Is that particular loop need to be get continued only for one particular time or need to be get continued for multiple times here? That we will be taking with loop. We got an option. What is option? What is option I got? Infinity. Meaning of infinity? In meaning of infinity. So not like any of the limited. So need to be get continued. So because the target is performance testing. For example, consider Flipkart application, Amazon application. If we consider Flipkart application or taking with Amazon application, we doesn't know how many users it will be accessing. Because of that, sometimes they used to be test with the server with infinity. By that, they can understand that at what particular number of the user server is giving the error. According to that, they need to be get come up with in looking into that the required solution that will be taking with ramp up period. The one it will be taking with number of threads, the one it will be taking with number of threads and then taking with ramp up period. After that, it will be taking with loop count. For now, I'm giving with, for now, I'm giving with loop count is 2. I'm taking with loop count is 2. Okay. After that, taking with first option. What is the first option we got? Same user on each iteration. I mean, these particular 10 users, these particular 10 users need to be get continued for the multiple times. We given the loop count. What is the loop count we given? 2. As we given the loop count is 2, second time also the same 10 users. The second time also the same 10 users need to be get continued. Okay. Next, what is the next one? Taking with delay thread creation. For this thread, number of users. If you require the delay, we can provide it. What is the next one? Specify thread lifetime. So if I just click on this, if I just click on that, I will get an option. What is option? Duration. We mentioned that two main testing. The one is load testing. Another one, stress testing. The one we got load testing and the one we got stress testing. Considering that load testing, meaning of load testing? Meaning of load testing, increasing the load. The meaning of load testing, the meaning of load testing, considering that increasing with the load. The meaning of load testing, considering that increasing with the load, that you can see here. For example, first we got 10 users, then you will go with 60, 100, 10,000, 1 lakh. Just you are increasing, just you are increasing this load, that you will be considering that load testing. Increasing with the load, considering that increasing number of users, increasing number of users and doing the testing, that you will be considering that you will be considering that load testing. Similar to that, you got stress testing. Meaning of stress testing? Meaning of stress testing, increasing the time. You need to be get increase the time. That is what you are taking duration. The load will be the same. Load will be the same. Just you have to take care about increasing duration. That you will be taking with stress testing. Okay. For now, let's go with load testing. For now, let's go with load testing. Considering the number of users. What is the number of users? Number of users 10. So that particular one we got number of users taking with 10 and then taking with considering that it will be taking with this particular 2. The loop count. What is the loop count we provided? What is the loop count we provided? Which you will be taking with 2. So the loop count we got provided. The loop count we got provided considering that 2. Okay, let's see that. So we got test plan and then we got thread group. Test plan is done, thread group is done. Under thread group, what need to be created? What need to be created? Sampler. Use of the sampler. Use of the sampler to create different type of request. To create different type of request on server. To create different type of request on server, you are taking with this particular sampler. Let's see. Right click on thread group, taking with add. What is option you got? What is option you got? Sampler. So from the sampler, these are all different type of requests. These are all different type of requests. For now, we are going with web application. For now, we are taking with web application. Because of that, you will be taking with request. What is a request? What is the request? STPP. For now, for now, we are working with web application. We are working with web application. As we are working with web application, we are taking with request. What is the request we are using? STPP. Okay. Which you will be taking with STPP. For now, you will be taking with request that you will be taking with HTTP. So the one you will be taking with, the one you will be taking with thread group, the one you will be taking with thread group, and then taking with considering the HTTP request. Okay. So we can provide any of the name. We can provide any of the name that we will be taking with. That particular name has been provided, which we can provide any of the name that we will be taking with HTTP request. So first, we got test plan under that thread group and under that taking with request here. So this particular HTTP request, this particular HTTP request that you will be taking with, considering that you are taking with providing the required request. For now, we are taking HTTP. Meaning of HTTP? Meaning of HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So as part of performance testing, need to be done on the server only. So for that server, you have to take care about. For that particular server, you have to take care about in having with different type of requests. For that particular server, you have to take care about in having with different type of requests. Okay. So that you will be taking with, that you will be taking with considering that HTTP request. Okay. So now you need to provide different names. First one, you need to provide server details. Under that, what is option? Protocol. By default, what is option? STPP. See our application. Any application you can try. Any application you can try. Let's go with our application. If we get consider our application, see the URL. If we just look into URL, this particular URL, what it is provided? What it is provided? STPP. Our application, STPP. Our application is STPP. Because of that, our application is STPP. Because of that, again, we doesn't require to provide. By default, it will consider STPP. By default, it will consider HTTP. In case of it is HTTPS, then you have to provide. In case of your server is HTTPS, then need to be get provided. That will be taking with HTTP. So for now, I doesn't require to provide. Okay. After that, what is the next one? Server name or IP. We need to provide the server name. But sorry, our requirement first will go with in doing the testing for whole application. First will take care about doing the testing for whole application. So meaning of whole application, what we have to consider? What we have to consider? Base URL. So the meaning of whole application, we need to be get consider. We need to be get consider base URL. So we need to be get consider taking with base URL. Okay. So let's see that how exactly we can do it. Okay. Now let's see that I'm taking with base URL. So we need to be get provide base URL. Meaning of the base URL? No. Meaning of base URL. We got base URL, absolute URL. Meaning of base URL, which is constant. In the URL, which is constant, that you are consider base URL according to our application. According to our application, up to this, considering that constant. HTTP not required to provide. By default, it will consider. So this is the constant which you will be taking with base URL. Okay. Similar to that, you got another option. What is option? What is option? Port number. We got another option that you will be taking with port number. That means sometime in the URL, you will be able to see to have the port number. Sometime in the URL itself, you will get the port number. So for now, in this URL, is there any port number in your application? Port number consists of 4-digit. Port number consists of 4-digit. The best example, let's consider our Jenkins. What is the URL you will be trying for Jenkins? Localhost colon 8080. Localhost colon 8080. That 8080, you can consider one port number. That particular 8080, you can consider one port number. For example, if we get look into another URL, see this URL. In the URL having the port number, what is the port number you got? 8888, which you will be taking with this particular port number. You got 8888. In the URL itself, you got the port number. So this kind of things, you need to be get mentioned. This kind of things, you need to be get mentioned. Taking care about this particular one, you need to be get having the port number, you need to be get provide that particular respective port number. So that is what you will be taking with. Port number. For now, in our application, there is no port number not required to provide it. Okay. After that, what is the next one? HTTP request. We have to send the request to the server as part of the performance testing. We have to send request to the server. As part of performance testing, we need to be get send request to the server. You will have different type of request similar to API. You will have different type of request. For now, we are taking with get request only. Functionality of the get request, read only, sending with the request and getting with response, which is considering that read only. Okay. After that, path. This is considered like absolute URL. In case if you want to work with particular page, if you want to get work with particular page, how you can work, that you will be taking with absolute URL. So absolute URL will take in the next step. Absolute URL will take in the next step. For now, we'll go with base URL considering that whole application. Okay. So that is what you have to go with. Required settings here. Remaining things not required to provide. Providing name and then taking comments and then taking server details. HTTP server name need to be get take with get request. Okay. So now we got consider test plan, we got thread group, and we got taking with sampler. Nothing but request. Under sampler, what need to be created? Under sampler, what need to be created? What is it? Listener. Under sampler need to be get create. Under sampler need to be get create listener. The meaning of the listener? To generate different type of predefined performance report. Meaning of predefined? Meaning of predefined. Defined by the language, similar to this, defined by the tool. As part of this particular tool, as part of the JMeter tool, you will be having predefined reports. Let's see here. You will be just taking with right click and then taking with add. Then you will be getting listener. See that. This is how you got different type of predefined reports. Different type of predefined reports are there, which you will be taking with add. You will be taking with add and considering that listener. From there, you are taking with different type of predefined reports that you will be considered taking with mentioning about different type of reports based on tester comfortable we can go with based on tester comfortable we can go with in having with different type of the reports here. Let's see that. Considering that taking with the only one option that we will be taking with saying that. What is the first option? View results tree. We need to get the report. We need to be get the report in the tree format. We need to be get the report in the tree format. Say that we will be taking with tree format. After that, I'm taking with one more report. What is another one? Summary. So these are all some of the reports which very regularly will be using to go with easy understanding. Right. So to go with easy understanding, you will be taking with some of regular report that you will be taking with summary report that you will be taking with summary report. One more will be trying it. One more will be trying it that I will be taking. What is the report? View results in table, which you will be taking with one more report that you will be taking with view results in table. So need to be get taking with view results in table. So I'm taking this particular one. It's totally depends on tester comfortable according to that project. We can go with in different type of predefined report. We can go with in different type of predefined reports here. Okay, let's see that. So now we done with all the steps here. We got the test plan, we got thread group, we got sampler and taking with listener. Let's get executed. Before taking the execution, before taking the execution, it's mandatory. You need to go with save. Before taking the execution, before taking the execution, it's mandatory. You need to begin taking with save option. Okay. So that particular save, you can provide any of the name based on your comfortable, based on your comfortable, you can provide any of the name. That particular name for now, I'm taking with 28, taking with save, which you will be taking with save. Now you need to go with execution. See the execution, you will get the option. What is option you got? What is option you got? Start. See our load testing. Now, consider thread group. How many users? How many users? 10 users. Loop count. What is the loop count? 2. That means what will be the total number of users? What is the total number of users it will consider? You got 10. Loop is 2. So 10 into 2. 10 into 2. 20. So what is the total number of users? Taking with 20. So now our HRMS application, in case of 20 users accessing at the same time, how that performance has been done, we can get the result. Let's see here. I'm just taking with run. If I just taking with the run, you need to be getting with the results. All 10 results you will get. All 10 results you will get. You can see here, this particular one, you are able to see, you are able to see when it has been started, starting time, after that load time. So how much time it was taking to load that request and then taking connection time, latency, difference, the internet, how much internet it using that particular request. So all that particular information, it will be provided. So based on this, we can provide this information to the development team. We can provide this information to the development team. According to that, any required things need to be done. They will take care about in performing a different kind of things. So now again, this particular, when it has been started, load time, connection time here, and something you got an error. So this information it will be provided. So that it will be taking with, that it will be taking with why that particular error. You will need to be get provide this information. This is how we have a possibility in taking with doing that particular respective performance testing. This is what kind of report it is? Tree structure, view results in tree. What is the next one? Summary report. You will get the summary report. See that. Considering that your total request, what is the total request you are getting? 20. So for the 20 requests, what is the minimum time, maximum time? What is the difference? How much error? So all that information, it will be providing in the table format. All that results provided in the table format. After that, you will be taking with results in table. So in a table format, each and every request, when it has been started, what will be the time? So all that information it will be providing. This is how, this is how we have a possibility in doing your performance testing. This is how you are taking care about in doing this particular respective performance testing here. Okay. So that is what you will be taking with load testing. Meaning of load testing? Meaning of load testing. What is the meaning of load testing? Increasing load. I mean, increasing number of users. So the meaning of load testing, you are going with increasing number of users. For example, this is I'm taking with considering that 20. Now it will take loop count is 2 only. Now, what is the total number of users? What is the total number of users? You will be getting with 40. So that particular total number of users, you will be getting with 40. Let's see here. That you will be taking with that 20 into 2, 40. Let me clear. I'm just clear all the results. I'm just clear all the results. Let's go with run. You need to be taking with. So that particular each and every request, it will be giving the required details here. So this particular user, it was success. This particular user, it got a fail. So and then taking with summary report. What is the total number of users you are getting? 40. We given 20, but the loop count we given us 2. That it will be taking with 40. Okay. After that, it will be taking with view results in table. So which you will be getting the total 40 here. So you're getting that particular one. Considering that, you will be taking with 40. This is how, this is how you need to take care about. You need to be take care about changing with the load, and then you have to go with that particular respective testing here. So that is how you will be taking with load testing. But this particular load testing, this particular load testing, this particular load testing, we are doing for whole application. This particular load testing, we are doing for whole application. Apart from that, what is another option? What is another option we got? Page. We got an option for page also. This particular load testing, this particular load testing can be done for whole application, and it can be done for particular page. If you want to test, if you want to test particular page, if you want to test particular page, how you can test it? How we can test it? Taking with absolute URL. If you want to test with particular page, then you will be taking with absolute URL. Meaning of absolute URL? No. Meaning of absolute URL? If we take with the absolute URL, considering that the whole URL, base URL, which is constant, absolute URL, considering that the whole URL. For example, I want to test, for example, I want to test with this particular login page. I want to test with login page, login.php. I'll be taking with the whole URL. I'll be taking with the whole URL. Let's see here. Here you are already got base URL. You need to provide remaining things. Okay. So just you are providing the page. What is the page you are providing? Login.php. PHP. Now the meaning of this statement, that number of users at a time accessing login page. At a time accessing login page, how it will be provided. That is what it will be taking with this particular one, taking that login dot PHP. Okay, so now we can see that how we can test it. Previously, we done with base URL. Now we are taking with particular page. Okay, so we got clear with the results. See the thread group. How many users we got? How many users we got? 20. That will be taking with 2. Okay. So now we can go with in testing it, that I'm taking with run. Which I will be taking with run. It will be providing that particular one, taking with all the things got passed. Considering that the total, what is the total number? 20, he got it. So which he will be taking with that particular request, it will be provided. So having all that particular detail. This is how you need to be get provide. This is how you need to be get provide in taking with the respective pages. For example, considering that, for example, considering that I want to go with testing this particular page, need to be go with this particular page. If I want to test with this particular page, if I want to test with this particular page, I need to be get provide that particular URL, which will be considered taking with this particular page. Doing the testing, common, just you are clearing the results, you will provide thread group and then taking with run, which need to be get taking with that particular request. So this is how we have an option. This is how we have an option in taking with doing your performance testing. So this particular performance testing, we can implement it for whole application, and we can implement it for page, and then we can go with multiple pages. Consider that at a time the people are accessing this login page, after that taking with an index particular flow, or else login into application, adding the employee, logout. That particular series, particular flow need to be tested for multiple users. Then how we can test it? For doing that kind of testing, for doing that particular kind of testing, taking with multiple pages or taking with flow. If you want to do that, what need to be used? What need to be used? Recording. We have to take care about, in doing recording. One we got base URL, another one absolute URL, another one recording. But if you want to be get perform the recording, if you want to be get perform the recording, how exactly you need to be get perform that particular recording? How exactly you need to be get perform that particular recording? Let's see here. So to get perform that particular recording, you have to take care about, in installing one particular tool. You need to take care about in installing one particular tool. If you want to be get taking with recording option, to work with the recording option, you guys need to be get install the one particular tool. That particular tool you can try to install. saying that taking with the tool name. What is the tool name? Blaze meter. The tool name blaze meter. So just you guys can try to install this tool. Just in a plugin for the browser. It is a just plugin for the browser. You can go to the Google and you can type as blaze meter for Chrome. So just you can try as blaze meter for Chrome. You need to be just type as blaze meter for Chrome. So once you are taking blaze meter for Chrome, which you will be getting with a very first URL. You can go to that. Just you can go to that. What is option you got? I'm getting remove option, but in your case, you will get install. In your case, you will get install. Click on that, it will complete installation. Just click on that, you will get one more step. Add extension. Just click on add extension. Restart the browser. Just restart the browser. It will complete installation. Once it is completed, once it is completed, you will be getting with the option. Once it has been completed, you will be able to see that particular option. What is option? Blaze meter. Once that installation is done, once the installation is done in the browser only, you will get the option. What is it? Blaze meter. Just click on that. You will be having the option login and then sign up. You guys make sure that completing the sign up activity. To work on this, you guys need to begin. Make sure that to complete sign up activity. So for tomorrow, for Monday, make sure that you are installing this plugin. You are installing this particular plugin and then complete sign up activity. Complete this particular sign up activity. Once you got complete this particular sign up activity, then we can take care about in doing all the required things here. So that we look into that, how exactly we can work with this particular blaze meter and how we can do that. So that is what we need to begin take care about it. So that we'll be doing it. And after that, we have to take care about that particular interview questions and then taking with resume sessions. So that is what need to be done. So that we'll be looking into that. So just we'll continue this particular one on Monday. So after that, we'll go with that particular respective interview questions and then taking with this particular respective this resumes part. Everything I will be providing, all the information I'll get provide, nothing to worry. So just take care about having up to Tuesday, if required Wednesday. If required Wednesday, have a plan up to Wednesday. Maximum will try to close by Tuesday, but in case of required, have a plan up to Wednesday. So by that, we'll be completing with all the required information. Okay. Take care about all the required practice for just try to complete this particular installations here. Okay. Take care about the practice. Carry on. Thank you. Yes, guys. Online students, if you have any questions, you can carry on.
Hi, Suresh.
Yeah,
Sir,
Uh,
good morning, sir.
Normally for this ramp up period
Sir, when
and
the
book
exam,
count is there, right?
right.
So
So that is
how
an
will be providing this number, like any requirement, or like randomly we can give these numbers?
randomly we can give, but basically when you're taking with any kind of the testing, the requirements need to be provided. So when you're taking with the performance as part of that particular application based on that business, that information need to be provided. So according to that need to be done. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
sir,
Yes.
when the exam is going to be conducted, sir?
Which exam?
An ASCOM exam.
NASCAM exam, you need to be tried from the next week. First, you need to complete all the activities up to mock test. So the main exam will be getting enabled from the next week.
Mock exam when they're going to be conducted.
Mock exam you can write now. You can write it
Today also weekend itself we can write, right?
any day you can write it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. Please take care about the things. Please take care about the things. Meet you on Monday. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Hello,
Thanks,
sir.
everyone. Yes.
Sir, will you provided any PDF for questions, sir?
Oh, I'll
In the interview
provide it.
questions, sir.
You will get. Already you are having. You can refer the Selenium PDF file. You will be able to see all the questions. Okay. Apart from that,
Okay,
some other regular question, other PDF file you will get. Okay. Going
okay,
forward, I
sir.
will provide. Yeah.
That PDF will be also has for NASCAM exam.
Repeat the question.
Sir, in case you will provide it before that NASCAM exam, that will also has.
That is what I'm saying. Now I'll take in a session, right? That is what I'm clearly saying. I'll take one session for the interview questions. Everything I will provide. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Happy Shivaratri, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Okay. Please take care about the things. Please take care about the things. Meet you on Monday.
మామూలు వాట్సాప్ ఓపెన్ చేసి ఆన్ చేయలేము. ఆ? ఆ కొడుక్కి మొక్కుకోండి, వాడు కొత్త డ్రెస్ వేసుకున్నాడు ఇంకోడు.